is Joe Garcia. We're from Canada, and we've been coming here for about a year. We purchased the condo April, and we liked it so much I'm still working, so I don't have a lot of time, but we came back for a week for each of the next 4 months.
We're completely, I can't even begin to tell you the feelings of joy when we wait for the moments that we can get on that airplane and come back down here. Process, as we mentioned earlier, we did exhaustive research on the internet, and finding REMAX was a diamond in the rough. Like, it was just an absolute fluke that it happened. I was looking at a property online and Cheryl's name was attached to it. Sent her an email, got a prompt reply. She picked us up at the hotel. She showed us every single property that I wanted to see, good and bad, because she felt that I needed to see everything from the good to the bad. And it wasn't difficult to pick the property that we did. And yeah, just don't look back. Just go for it. Do it.
No modal taxis. We're not quite that adventurous, but we've taken the local buses. It's 40 pesos you can go around the whole city basically for 40 pesos each. We've taken cabs the odd time, and we have a very dear friend that's helped us out with transportation on occasion as well. Who actually was the realtor that sold us this place. She's been very helpful and helped us immensely, especially the first few months.
Well, taxis can be a little pricey, but you have to be friendly. You have to befriend people. And we happened to bump into this fellow on the beach who has lived here for 5 years and has a car. So to supplement his non-existent income, he's an Uber, for lack of a better word. He drives people around. He is extremely inexpensive and very easy to contact. And we use him a great deal of the time. Aside from him, the buses are amazing because you get to meet the local people, and everybody is friendly. They're more than willing to help you with your bags that you're lugging. They'll help you with anything. Everybody has a hola, and ¿cómo está? How's your day going? Transportation has been fine. We haven't had an issue. Of course, we live in an area where we have got 32 bars and restaurants within a 10-minute walk, so we don't really need a lot of transportation. And then we have, as I say, our little go-to Uber guy and friends.
I went deep sea fishing one day. It was fun. We didn't catch a lot of fish. Some of the stories I've heard from other fellows in the complex here that have gone out where they've caught tons of fish. The trip I went on, we didn't do that well. We caught a few. It was fun, except for the one young lady that was rather ill, but the rest of us were we were quite happy. We caught some fish. What else have we done? We've gone to, actually there's a local cigar factory called Don Lucas, and I've gone to them pretty much every time I've been down here. I've gone over there, and they do give you a little tour of the cigar factory, and they give you a free cigar, which is quite nice, and their cigars are quite good, actually. What other excursions have we done? I think that's it. We've gone to some of the beaches again, which I mentioned previously, and the further ones you have to get transportation, and they were quite nice. They all have food and beverages if you wish to purchase.
My husband and I walk at night all the time. The community, we go out for dinner, we walk the streets after dark all the time. No safety issues whatsoever. And you know, we find someone's walking towards you and it's a dark street, you wave and you say, hola. They wave back, and there is no issue. The locals are just as willing to meet with you and to learn from your experiences as you are to meet with them and learn from them.
My wife and I have gone down to the different bars and restaurants. We go down for dinner at 6 o'clock. At 7:30 it's getting dark here, and we come back, the two of us, 7, 8, 10-minute walk. And leisurely stroll, and I've never felt any kind of danger. It's, the people are all friendly, they all say hello. Very safe, very safe.
We had, and there have been some people here that have had just a horrible reaction to bug bites. And you just go to the pharmacist is like a doctor here. And they assess it, they ask you what your history is, they ask you what prescription drugs you're on at home, so nothing can be an interaction with any medications that you're on, or maybe your reaction is because you're on a certain medication. I don't know, but they are very, very thorough and very helpful.
Getting the pets down was actually quite easy. It was, they have to have all their shots, but we do that anyway, so that wasn't an issue. And then once we get all the shots done, the vet has to fill out a couple of forms, our veterinarian, and we have to go to it's an arm of the government, Agriculture Canada, I think it is. We had to go there and have the veterinarian with them also check out all the forms and shots and everything and sign form. And then bringing them down, it was very easy. We took them to the airport. They have to be crated, a larger dog. They have to be crated. The airline people took them in. They're heated and they're not in with the luggage. So they're in a safe compartment for them. We got down here to Dominican with them. They came out with the luggage, which I thought was a little humorous. And we had to go see a veterinarian down here, and he checked all the paperwork, and it was, I believe, $20 or $10 per dog to get them into the country, and that was it. It was, and going back was just as easy. It was, you show them the documents. Actually, going back, we just had to show them their flights that they had registered for a flight. We didn't have to show them the veterinarian papers or anything of that nature. Yeah, so it was actually very simple process. Just a little time consuming, but easy.
Okay, so we touched lightly when my husband was speaking about us bringing our 2 miniature poodles down. And I just want to say how welcome they were into the community, that when we would take them on walks, people would come out of their homes to pet them. Because I guess they're an anomaly here. The miniature poodles aren't something that you see. And they were so welcomed in the community that the shopkeepers would put water out for the dogs when we went on walks in case they were thirsty. And when my husband left, before I did, I stayed on for 3 more weeks. He took the dogs with him. I continued on my walks, and people would come out, the shopkeepers would come out and say, "Where are the dogs? Where are your poochies? Where are your babies?" So that just gives you a bit of an indication of the community as well, and not just the expat community within our condo corporation, but the community as a large, the community as in the whole area. Awesome people.
The first thing, do some research. Personally, we love it down here. We think it's just great. The next thing, I would get in touch with a reliable realtor. Cheryl Henderson from REMAX is the person we used to purchase, and she was great. We purchased the property. She set us up with cables and did everything for us, the hydro, and she's actually still paying our bills for the hydro because we're not here all the time. She does a lot of stuff for us. She's been very good. Aside from that, come down here and enjoy it. My wife likes the beaches. She likes the sand. Personally, I like my glass of rum and my cigar and just sitting here overlooking the pool. That's my idea of paradise.
We would take the city bus into one of the local larger grocery stores to do our major weekly grocery shopping. And we would primarily stick to everything that's on the shelf. Being shy and not knowing the country, I'd stay away from the meat counter and stay away from the deli counter and the ready-made meats, because people were standing behind the counter and I'd have to speak Spanish to them, and I was insecure because I didn't know the language. And then one day we were in one of the larger markets and I was looking at the meat counter, and a gentleman came from behind the counter, put his arms around me and taught me how to say bacon in Spanish and how to say pork chop in Spanish. And now I go to the meat market. I go not to the prepared meats, I go to the meat market, and I know how to order half a pound of bacon or 2 pounds of bacon wrapped in half-pound packages for the freezer. It's an incredible experience. They're so friendly and so willing and so helpful. We used to pay in US dollars when we first arrived, not knowing any better. But again, the advice of one of the cashiers in one of the local grocery stores said you would be much better off if you converted to Dominican pesos. That perfect place that you want on the beach could be gone. It's an up-and-coming community, and the people here are amazing. They are so helpful. The community that we bought into is just that. It's a community. It's a community of people from America, from Canada, from Europe, and they're so helpful. It's like a family. It's an extended family. So my advice is, don't hesitate. Go for it.